All right, guys. So Biden had his first real address to the nation last night, right? And think about that. The president of the United States is like 50 plus days in. He's just having his first real address to the country. I mean, that's shameful. Where's this guy been? What have you been doing? Okay. But it seems that according to this speech that he gave here, he's been copying Trump's homework, right? That's what he's been doing. He's been copying Trump's homework. Okay. Because he talked about the pandemic. He talked about the vaccines, and with the country opening up, there's a lot of optimism on the rise in regards to the economy, in regards to getting back to a normal way of life that we all know and love. Biden's, unsurprisingly, trying to take all the credit for it. Trying to take all the credit for it. Okay? And, it's just one of those things that it just really annoys me to see this type of stuff. Because this is, I think, one of the problems with politics is, people trying to take credit for things they didn't do and, not giving proper credit where credit is due, right? If somebody does something good, your predecessor does something good, right, that's objectively good, give them some credit, right? Be a decent person, right? And it's really funny because Biden goes up here and basically tries to take credit for this, but we have the numbers in the data to show that Biden had nothing to do with the progress of this vaccine. So before we get into that, my name is Greg Foreman and you're watching a Black Conservative Perspective. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black Conservative Perspective, aka a leftist worst nightmare. You can also follow me on Twitter at GForemanBCP. Let's get it. All right, guys, let's take a look at this video of Biden basically taking credit for Trump's vaccine progress.
When I took office 50 days ago, only 8% of the Americans, after months, only 8% of those over the age of 65 had gotten their first vaccination. Today, that number is 65%. Just 14% of Americans over the age of 75 50 days ago had gotten their first shot. Today, that number is well over 70%. With new guidance from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, that came out on Monday, it means simply this: millions and millions of grandparents who went months without being able to hug their grandkids can now do so. And the more people are fully vaccinated, the CD will continue to provide additional guidance on what you can do in the workplace, places of worship with your friends, as well as travel. When I came into office, you may recall, I set a goal that many of you said was that kind of way over the top. I said I intended to get 100 million shots in people's arms in my first 100 days in office. Tonight, I can say we're not only going to meet that goal, we're going to beat that goal. Because we're actually on track to reach this goal of 100 million shots in arms on my 60th day in office. No other country in the world has done this. None. And I want to talk about the next steps we're thinking about. First, tonight, I'm announcing that I will direct all states, tribes, and territories to make all adults, people 18 and over, eligible to be vaccinated no later than May 1. Let me say that again. All adult Americans will be eligible to get a vaccine no later than May 1. That's much earlier than expected. Well, let me be clear. That doesn't mean everyone's going to have that shot immediately, but it means you'll be able to get in line beginning May 1. Every adult will be eligible to get their shot. And to do this, we're going to go from 1 million shots a day that I promised in December, before I was sworn in, to beating our current pace of 2 million shots a day, outpacing the rest of the world.
All right, guys, so if you listen to that speech, you would think that Operation Warp Speed never happened. The Trump administration never paid hundreds of millions of dollars, right, for vaccine development. You would think that Biden walked in with nothing at all, and he built everything from the ground up. Except the numbers don't lie. The facts don't lie. Okay. What you're looking at right here, guys, is the vaccine progress report. And this is through February 16th of 2021. Right. Remember, Biden said he set a goal. He's saying it out of his mouth. And it's so surprising that he keeps saying this. Right. This is how stupid he thinks people are. He keeps saying we set a goal back in December of 100 million vaccinations in the first 100 days of his administration. That means 1 million vaccines a day, right? That's what he means. 1 million vaccinations a day. He said we set that goal back in December. Some people said it was unattainable. No, you said it was a lofty goal. You said that. Your administration said that. Okay? But as you can see, guys, Trump was in office January 13th through the 19th. We was at 0.9 million, which means we were at 900 million, right? January 20 to 26. That's the first week Biden was in office. You know he hasn't done nothing in a week. 1.1 million a day on average. The 7-day moving average. 1.1 million a day. Trump had already exceeded Biden's goal. Okay? Before Biden had even got into office. Trump had already beat it. Right? And if you listen to Biden, Biden's taking credit for something he didn't do. He could have literally walked in and did nothing. And he would have beat the goal that he set for himself. Now he's trying to act like, oh, we did such an awesome job, guys. Ain't that crazy? Right? And then look at the rate of growth, right? I mean, I'm the type of person, guys, I don't judge much of a president in their first year when it comes to things that have to do with like the year before or things that take time, right? For example, it's hard to judge an economy, right? The first year the president's office in terms of trying to say, well, is that president's fault? Because it takes time for these policies to go into effect. It takes time for the effects of these policies to actually show up, okay? For example, right now, unsurprisingly, guys, don't be surprised. And a lot of people are going to hate to hear this, but this is the truth. This economy, when it opens back up, is about to be red hot, okay? All signs points to extraordinary growth, right, of the economy this year. Stimulus is going into the economy. It's going to be red hot, okay? Biden's going to go out there and brag about a red hot economy. He's going to say he did it. It was his stimulus package that did it. But we were already on pace to have this before the stimulus package. We were on pace to have this thanks to the policies of the Trump administration. So Biden's going to be benefiting from the Trump economy. And obviously, Biden's going to put some juice to it with his stimulus, which I think, could possibly overheat the economy and cause inflation. But my point is that Biden's going to try to take credit for it. Just like he's taking credit for these vaccinations. Because that's going to be the narrative come fall. That, the economy's doing so great, blah, 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 blah. Everything's back to normal. And Biden's going to take credit for 100% of it. He's going to try to. When in reality, all this was done because of Trump. Now, I do believe that, after this red hot economy, I do believe that we may be headed for some, some trouble, right? And a pullback that probably will happen under the Biden administration. But, that's another video for another day. But if you notice here, even if you look at the rate of growth week to week, we're going up 200,000 vaccinations a day on average every single week, right? So the week Biden got into office is 1.1 million. The second week is 1.3 million. February is 1.5 million. Again, this stuff was going up at the same rate under Trump. The same exact rate. Now we're at 2 million. So what have you done? What have you done that's so extraordinary that Trump wasn't doing? Because you can't sit here and tell me that you've done so much when the rate of growth is basically the same as it was under Trump. It's the exact same. So what exactly have you done that's different than Trump? You haven't done anything. You've done nothing at all. And Biden's trying to act like he's changed the world when it comes to these vaccines and his policies regarding this pandemic. And the truth of the matter is he's done nothing. But him and the media spent all that time last year blaming everything on Trump. Saying he's anti-science, he's anti-this, he's anti-that. But lo and behold, When you let time pass and you let the story unfold, you see, damn, Trump did everything that these people said he wasn't doing and more. Matter of fact, Trump exceeded their wildest expectations. Their wildest expectations. Trump exceeded that. He put Biden on pace to have basically everybody in this country vaccinated probably by this summer. Trump did that. Trump put that in the motion. The numbers show it. Here's the numbers. Biden goes out there. We barely had anything. According to Biden, they didn't even have a vaccine. No vaccine distribution plan. That's what Biden said. I'm not saying that. And the media just eats it up. They eat it up. Instead of journalists actually calling Biden out on this. What have you done exactly that's different than President Trump? Because these were the numbers under Trump. What have you done differently? But see, the media won't do their job on this. Like Mike Pence said in the debate with Kamala. Y'all plan sound like plagiarism. Your plan sounds like plagiarism. And lo and behold, once they get into office, it's plagiarized. Right? They're taking credit for homework that they didn't do. Okay? So, anyways, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.